Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to sift through information, find those crucial nuggets, and basically give you a shortcut to being really well informed. Today, we're sort of pulling back the curtain on something fascinating, the often invisible work that makes so much media possible. Think news broadcasts, documentaries, all that stuff. We're talking about the people behind the scenes, the linchpins who keep everything running. And our focus is this figure, Alex McBurney. We've got this incredibly detailed list of duties, and it gives us this amazing window into what it takes to run the technical side of a major media school. It looks like just a job description, right? But it's actually, well, it's a whole story. It shows the sheer breadth of work involved in keeping a really complex tech environment going.
Exactly. And that's really our mission today in this deep dives. We're not just going to read off tasks. We want to dig in and find the surprising bits, the critical insights buried in these responsibilities. It's almost like a masterclass in operational excellence. It shows you the mix of tech skills, admin know-how, and just pure dedication needed to, well, empower the next generation of media pros. And understanding roles like this, it really gives you an appreciation for the complex systems behind, all the content we consume.
Absolutely. It's not just about what Alex does, it's about what that work makes possible. It's a testament to skill, dedication, all packed into one document. So, okay, let's unpack this. Let's explore this engine room of media production. First up, let's talk about the main hub, the Cronkite Equipment Lab. And it's not just one place, is it? Alex is overseeing this across 3 big cities, Phoenix, D.C., and L.A. That's a wide net right from the get-go.
It really is. And the first thing that jumps out is that overseeing, that word doesn't nearly cover it. It's not just gear. It gets right into pretty involved HR stuff, hiring, training, scheduling 15 student workers, plus another one just for event live streaming.
15, wow.
Yeah, and then approving all their timesheets carefully. That alone is a huge chunk of logistics and, HR work. Keeping that support consistent across different cities, that's complex.
And then there's the equipment itself, the sheer amount and how critical it is. It sounds like a constant cycle of getting things ready, keeping them working, providing demos for instructors, running video camera boot camps for Cronkite News, Cronkite Sports. Those sound intensive. And then the constant upkeep, right? Firmware updates, ordering batteries, cables, SD cards. It sounds like a never-ending list.
It really does. And you mentioned upkeep, which brings up this major hidden time sink repairs. The document actually breaks it down. First, figure out the problem, then decide, okay, can we fix it here, or does it need to go to, say, Canon? Then you've got packing, shipping, getting quotes, getting approvals, dealing with payments. And here's the kicker, it says, a single video camera repair may take up to 2 hours of my time. Some weeks, we have as many as 5 repairs.
2 hours for one repair, and maybe 5 a week.
Yeah. So you see, if those repairs aren't handled efficiently, you're losing gear, students lose learning opportunities, productions get delayed. It really highlights how vital that proactive maintenance and repair seldom is.
And it's not just fixing broken things. It's being available, right? Answering questions constantly from students, faculty, phone, text, email, Slack, in person. It's like being on call across all platforms.
Totally. And that extends into after-hours support, too. The document mentions answering questions from the student workers on weekends after hours. Could be technical stuff, could be just, what cables do I need? But then there's this other duty, which is kind of surprising and sounds, well, potentially stressful. Deal with parents' concerns regarding the equipment lab and their students' access problems with equipment. These are always after hours.
After hours, wow.
Yeah, so that's not just tech support. That's PR. That's student support, often dealing with, emotional situations. It goes way beyond a standard 9-to-5 tech role.
The sheer scale of it all really hits home when you see this number. The check room system, that's their equipment checkout software. It handles over 40,000 checkouts a school year.
40,000? That's a lot of transactions.
It really is. And it means someone, Alex, has to be constantly monitoring for overdue gear, missing items, and then, chasing down students. It's like being a librarian, tech guru, and detective rolled into one.
Exactly. And that scale, it leads to huge logistical tasks like this. Inventory all equipment twice a year, approximately 4,500 pieces.
4,500 items to track, twice a year.
And it's not just counting, it's assessing, planning for replacement when stuff gets old or isn't supported anymore. That whole issue of managing tech obsolescence. Plus the really hands-on stuff, like actually cleaning the equipment lab during school breaks. It shows a real commitment, a sense of ownership for the space, even the tasks maybe facilities wouldn't cover.
Okay, so that's the lab, which is already massive. But let's shift gears a bit, because the role goes way beyond just the checkout counter. It extends right into the production facilities themselves. This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, this is the next layer. Managing the television production studios. Making sure everything in there is working and ready for classes, for student clubs. And it's not just passive oversight. It involves actively training people, students, staff, faculty on complex gear, control room equipment like switchers, EVS systems. Those are the fancy instant replay and playback machines.
Yeah.
Audio boards.
A constant training because the tech changes and you always have new students.
Exactly. It's essential for that hands-on learning environment.
And I saw something about custom setups. Maintaining and creating switcher packages or profiles for each club and show.
Right. That shows a really deep technical understanding. It's not just turning it on, it's tailoring the system for specific production needs. That's crucial for getting professional-looking results.
And then there's another one of those unsung duties you mentioned earlier. Clean control rooms. Facilities does not clean these rooms other than garbage.
Yeah, it seems small, but think about it. In a high-pressure live production environment, a clean, organized space is critical for focus. It often falls to people in these roles to just make sure it happens, even if it's not officially listed anywhere else. It speaks volumes about commitment.
So beyond the main TV studios, Alex is also juggling the schedules for other key spaces. The training studio, the daily news studio, the podcast studio. Keeping all those calendars straight must be constant juggling act.
Oh, absolutely. And that leads into the really intensive support for Cronkite News. This is daily stuff. Prepping the control room every day, rebooting playback, record systems, the automation computer, then assisting the production students directly, like 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday.
Wow, hands-on during the crunch time.
Yeah, handling special requests, troubleshooting tricky issues with ENPS, that's the newsroom computer system or video transfers, and then transcoding the director's track videos and sending out links. It's direct daily support right in the heart of a live news operation.
And this support role kind of blends right into teaching, doesn't it? Co-instructor for graphics and TV production lab. Assisting other core courses, JMC 120121 with ENPS, rundowns, control room setup, graphics, the Chiron System Studio setup.
That's right. It shows how fluid these roles can be and how necessary that direct, hands-on teaching support is. Take the training studio, for example. Alex helps classes with practice shows, anchor reads, loading the teleprompter, setting up the studio, recording sessions, clipping the video afterwards, sending links. It's this really high-touch support that directly helps students bridge the gap between theory and practice. Really boosts their learning.
Okay, let's zoom out again. Because the role stretches even further, doesn't it? Into broader events for the whole institution and even partnerships outside.
Yes. Look at the Cronkite Podcast Studio, managing the schedule via Google Forms, making sure the gear works, answering questions, unlocking the door for people. It's being the gatekeeper and the facilitator all at once, making it easy for people to create content.
And then there's support for student clubs. Maintaining their schedules, contact lists, training new members on gear, overseeing their weekly productions. It's like being a technical mentor for all their extracurricular media projects.
And a really critical piece here is the support for Cronkite events. This is often high-profile stuff. Forum, live streaming, recording events, training students to use the encoders for streaming, starting and stopping streams, recording, clipping highlights from the EVS system, uploading to Dropbox, sharing links.
So live event tech direction, basically.
Pretty much. And it mentions specific big events like the Cronkite Luncheon, Open Door, Open House, plus handling all sorts of special requests. It's a mix of event management, live tech skills, and post-production, all directly impacting how the institution presents itself to the public.
And it's clear this isn't a siloed role. Alex works closely with the senior broadcast engineer on installations, configurations, testing, regular meetings with the supervisor, Jim Jacoby. That collaboration seems key.
Definitely. And connecting this to the bigger picture, this role through the equipment lab supports so many different parts of the institution. It's not just one department. It mentions the Howard Center, RWJF initiatives, the Cronkite Agency, the Stream Team, News 21, even Camp Cronkite in the summer.
Wow.
It really shows this position as a vital operational hub supporting this incredibly wide ecosystem of media production and education. It touches almost every major thing the school does.
So after going through all that, what does this really mean for you? Listening, we've just peeled back the layers on what looks like one job description, but we found someone like Alex McBurney playing this incredibly critical, multifaceted role. It's about making sure everything flows smoothly, information, education, content in a huge, complex place.
And It just reveals this amazing blend of skills you need.
Right.
Right? Deep technical knowledge, strong admin skills, being able to teach and support students directly, and really good interpersonal skills too. This whole deep dive, it just uncovers that hidden infrastructure that makes all the visible stuff, the polished broadcasts, the successful graduates possible. And it
Mm,
makes you wonder.
yeah.
Well, it raises the question, how many other roles like this, these linchpin roles, exist that we don't see, but they're absolutely fundamental to everything we interact with. It really challenges you to look beyond the surface level.
Exactly. It makes you think about the complexity behind anything that seems simple, whether it's, this deep dive you're hearing now or a news report you watched tonight or even a university course. There's almost always an Alex McBurney somewhere in the background making it all work, keeping the gears turning, often when nobody's looking.
And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with, this detailed list of duties. It's more than just a job description. It's really a testament to what you might call invisible labor, the work that powers so much of our modern world. It reminds us that the real unsung heroes are often these dedicated people keeping the complicated machinery running, especially, like the document pointed out, when things go wrong, often after hours. Their commitment, their wide-ranging skills, that's what makes innovation, education, and just, well, consistent quality possible.
It's a really powerful reminder, actually, to appreciate the people who make complex things look easy. So as you go about your day, maybe take a second to think about the Alex McBurneys in your own field, your community. Consider the impact they have, the skill it takes to keep things running smoothly, usually far from the spotlight. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.